BagFuel, baby.
What's up?
BagFuel, we back.
Oh.
We got a little special edition for y'all because we try to highlight some of the new people that's coming out, give them some light, let them share some stories beside their music or their knowledge to come on BagFuel. So you know I got my partner with me today.
Heineken.
You know what I'm saying? And introduce yourself.
I'm Taji, the loner on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. A lot of people knows me as Tasha too, but I sing, I write, dance a little bit. I do a lot of things. I could cook as well. I was in culinary school. I went to school for music as well. So I'm very versatile, I would say.
You work doubles.
Yes. Yes, I work for the kids with autism as well. I help them at their homes and everything like that.
So tell me what you like about music.
I feel like I love the soul of music. I love that people put their heartache and pain into music, and I do the same as well. So
You think that they do that right now?
well,
Because I don't agree
I'm more
with
of
them.
an R&B person. So
Okay.
the newer school, I can't speak for them, but I know Mary J. Blige, Alicia Keys, people like that.
So you're old school, so.
So you talking about more of the performance than the actual musical content?
Yeah, I'm not really a new schooler. The songs is all right, but I like the old school.
So what's missing
90s.
that you can pinpoint as a
The
songwriter?
soul.
Well, when you say, I know that's abstract because you can't define the soul, but can you contextualize in a term that
They leave the emotions out. It's more about
you think it's too
it's
rigid?
more about the flesh, sex.
The
things
content.
about the materialistic
But
aspect.
It's always been about sex, though.
I mean, true, but it's never about love anymore. It's not about
Okay.
anything positive. It's always about negative.
What you think
Highlighting the negative rather
is
than
what's a
positive.
highlight? Cheating?
Killing, drugs.
R&B don't talk about killing.
Well,
I don't-
rap does.
Okay, you merging the two.
Yeah, merging the two.
But that's always been part of the concept of hip hop, R&B. You're gonna get that content, but there's also other parts of the music that's available. I think people are upset that the popular music has the majority of the negativity currently. What you think, S?
You go back to gangster music.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't think that gangster music, Dr. Dre and them was positive. They didn't think Snoop was positive. Tupac was once positive, but then once he got with Death Row, they didn't look at
emerged.
Tupac as positive no more. When Biggie was coming up, they didn't necessarily look at him as positive rap or Jay-Z.
No, nah.
of this-
They'll be clever with Jay and say, the former drug dealer.
Yeah, but it wasn't necessarily what I would call positive rap. But what I think that we got from it was we saw these people making it from where we were from, and because they were really creative and they put time into their rhymes, it kind of deflected from the streetness. But now everything is street,
Yeah.
right? Everything is the guns is in the videos. Everybody's doing a drill, talking about a drill, and it's not creatively saying, they were saying, I'll kill you in rhyme back then. When they was banging they 60 clip, it was a 60 clip of rhymes, not the gun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Do you
saying?
think the fact that in hip hop, that was, for us, aside from the athletes, we saw young men and women becoming millionaires fast and getting it. They went from, hey, I got the EBT to this, and this is the formula that I can get success fast, because we are impatient. If you tell somebody, yo, you ain't gonna really see success until you're 49, but you seeing 22-year-olds getting 10 million in their account, you're gonna say, let me try to emulate that formula. You think that might be, that's how I view it.
That's the problem, because when people are not in the business, everybody's counting other people's money. Everybody's
Yeah.
thinking that these people are making so much money.
Yeah.
He just stated that they go from one thing to millions. That's assumption for everybody, because they see him in a car, they see him with women, they automatically think he got millions of dollars. People don't understand.
Looks can be deceiving.
Yeah, people don't understand what $40,000 a month look like. That's a lot of
Yeah,
money.
yeah.
You're not a millionaire. You almost at 500K.
Half a mil, yeah.
When you do that, but you're not a millionaire, but $40,000 a month to the average person will look like I'm a millionaire,
That's
correct?
true. That's very
so
true.
So we kind of assuming what people thinking and getting, and I think that makes people like yourself kind of tainted.
Yeah, I feel like in the industry, it's more so what you feel. A lot of the outside opinions can matter, but it only matters what you're doing. I feel like people do pocket watch and everything, but at the end of the day, you got to focus on and lock in on what you're trying to do, which is making music and making videos, make your product to sell. Okay. At the end of the day, you still got to take your emotions out of it because it's still work.
How do you do that? And I'm asking you this
because I've been in a lot of competitions.
Let me ask you the question though. Yeah. Because creative people have a hard time letting go of their creativity and understanding it's business. So how are you doing that right now when you're not in the game yet? Go ahead.
I have a lot of opinions around me. I have brothers, men in my life, which are very like judgmental. Mm-hmm. I would say family judgmental.
Are they judgmental or are they telling you the truth?
They tell me the truth, which is usually I'm great, but I ain't gonna say nothing I ain't gonna, stunt too much, but I know my art is good, but I feel like a lot of the times when you're doing music, you're focused on what you don't have and when everything you have is right there in front of you. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that usually is a problem with the people that are making music, but the outside source, I can't really speak for them as well because they're gonna hate regardless. Like, they're gonna either hate you till they love you till they hate you. So
you're not worried about that?
Not really. I'm not worried about the fame or nothing. I really just like to write. So that's what I'm focused on.
What's your barometer of success to make you feel like you're really making an impact on this music?
I would say that how I would want to make an influence is by buying my own land, making my own impact on my own town, I guess. But I would probably go elsewhere. But I want them to know that there's more to the world than just sitting around and feeling like you can't do anything because I was that person once. So I feel like I would want to buy my own land, build my own house. I know the materialistic is usually the society's eye, like the jewelry and everything, but I don't really care about that. But I really want to have my own land. Of course, make my own music and make my albums and everything like that because I do feel like I'm a beautiful person. But yeah, I just really do it for me.
Do you understand publishing? Because you're talking about songwriting, which is some of the biggest money within the music business. But what I do also know is that people enter this business and don't even understand how publishing goes, how royalties go. They don't have a lawyer. They don't have an accountant because you don't need an accountant yet till you're making money. But even when they're making money, they don't want to have an accountant to get the correct write-offs and things of that nature. Are you studying your craft before you just say, I just want to be a songwriter?
Yes, actually, I've learned about publishing, but I still do have more learning to do. I don't feel like I know everything, of course, in the music industry because I am just starting. There's a lot of things that I do need to learn and still don't know. So as in publishing, I know that I do need to sign up as in BMI, signing for your copyrights.
You didn't do that yet?
Of course I did.
Okay.
Yeah, the album is coming out August 22nd, so it's got to come out. Yeah, you have to have that to put your music out. So, yeah.
What's the hurdles you've been facing?
I would say, expenses, because like I said, looks can be deceiving. Just because somebody looks like they have a lot doesn't mean they're not struggling and not going through hardships to get to where they are at.
What are you spending money on?
I spend money on videos. I spend money on clothes. I spend money on your own expenses, places to live, car, travel,
promotion like you're doing right now, marketing like you're doing right now. I pay for
everything. Merch, parties. I'm having an album release the 20th, so I'm paying for all of that. Of course, with help from my family, which I appreciate. So.
But it does cost money, and I think that people come in this game thinking that I'm just gonna go to a studio and create, and I'm gonna throw this record up in the air, and somebody's gonna snatch it, and then they're just gonna play it, and I'm gonna be a big star.
It's what you said 10 minutes ago, a few moments ago. Somebody sold them the illusion. Yeah, that's what I did. They leave out the part that I did the marketing, I did the promotion.
I did the work.
I did the work.
I spent the money.
I spent the money.
Yeah,
or
you
I was
gotta spend that
you know how they like to say I'm not under any label or any major, and we find out they were, you know. So now other artists are like, hold on, this dude is worth 10 million, and all he did was throw it up in the air. I can do that too. They don't, and it might also be, hey, do we want this space to be cluttered with the success of, if I follow that same blueprint and I can make a little bit better music, you could probably get 10 of them dudes in. I just thought about that.
When certain things are going down, like for example, when 5-Year Foreign was the hot thing smoking in New York City, right? He already should have been doing deals for other people at that moment. But a lot of times with this music right now, and it's patterned around what I said about a Lola Brooke, right? The artist has to do so much work now. Like, to me, it's not fair. When I saw Lola Brooke do this concert with A Boogie, and then after she got off stage, she's running up and down the hallway, doing content with the cameraman, talking to DJs.
Posting angles.
I'm like, how are you gonna have time to work on your craft to get better, to be able to do this again? It's a lot of work on y'all when y'all don't deal with a label.
But then again, we still see a little portion. We only see right there. We don't know what she does outside of that, if you get what I'm saying.
Meaning?
Meaning, like, if she's, like, at that party, she's probably just getting her work, getting her money then and there. Tomorrow, she could be writing her craft.
I mean...
Or maybe a few days from
now.
now.
How about being tired?
Yeah.
True.
Because what we...
jet lag. Music, sleep is not in the
Let me tell you
equation.
This. I'm not going to say we were tired, but to watch a young girl know that mentally, everyone's pulling on her. They want pictures. They want to talk to her. Somebody got a deal. Her manager's yapping around. Then she got to look good because women are judged by their appearance. So she got to make sure her eyelashes on point.
You got to know you look good, baby.
And then, like Esso was saying, we was there. She spent the better part of 5 to 10 minutes just perfecting the angle after she got off stage.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
And that's all we saw. We didn't see who. Maybe she got her family calling her.
She did a freestyle that day with Cosmic
Yes,
Cav.
the same.
I did see some things.
True.
Yeah.
She did a freestyle with Cosmic Cav.
She did 2 freestyles.
She did 2.
She changed her clothes.
She did 2 free. Wait, hold on. Let's bust what she down
and make sure you get the hours.
Okay, she came to Philly. She did 2 freestyles with Cav. She did a radio show with me and Kev's son, Katie Lee, right? Then she left. She had to make another appearance at another station because when she came to Kev, she didn't come to the station. She came to the studio.
Yeah.
Then she went to the station. Then she invited people to come out to the concert. We stayed, went to the concert. She rocked the concert, came off the concert, and was running up and down the hallway doing content. She was doing content still, and we left.
Let me show you this. Guess how many hours she did that? How many block of hours you think that was?
8.
Nah, it was, let's say we left midnight.
That sounds like
6 hours.
6 hours is still
maybe 6 hours.
We got there around
6 to 8 hours.
We get there around 5-ish. Remember?
That's 7, 8 hours. That's what I'm saying. And she had to eat.
Yeah.
She had to change clothes. She had to rock, come off stage. Like,
and we don't.
People go on stage.
Hair,
you make people go on stage and be like, "That's it. I'm not doing nothing. I'm going home."
Yeah.
They shut the whole day down. Now me, I'm funny style with it. I don't like to do nothing before I'm filming. Like when I came here today to come and meet you, normally I'm going bike riding 23 miles and all that, getting in the sauna. But when I'm filming, I'm like, nah, I don't want to do none of that. Because I had ran around one time and then they came to my house to film and I called them. I would say, that's the worst show I ever did. Because I was running around with my wife, doing stuff, coming back tired, and I didn't just feel as focused as I normally be. So me being from this side, I salute the rappers and the singers from doing what they gotta do because people think it's easier, because they just gotta do the record and they gotta throw it up. That's easy. But the other stuff,
finding the performances and doing all of that,
the marketing and the promo
easy.
and finding the real people.
Yeah.
Because you on social media now, it's so much fake bullshit.
Yeah.
It's so many, it's so
Got a
many
lot of
people
scammers.
rocking people for money.
Yo.
And then they calling me, they like, yo, well, is this real? And then when they pay us and they show up and they be like, oh shit, you treated us regular, oh shit, you're on time. Like, I'm here before you. We setting it up, making sure everything is good because we take this job seriously because we have to make you look good.
Right.
If we don't make you look good, we're trash.
Yeah,
That's
point
straight
blank.
up and down. What have you realized about this business right now that you don't like?
I don't like that we always go for what we think we know. I feel like we see one portion of people's lives and feel like we know everything about them. And I feel like that's not the case because
Talking about assumptions?
assumptions, yeah. So I feel like a lot of people assume
No.
about
Most
people.
I've learned that. I thought
most
it was
people
just
assume.
because I used to
That's
get on.
one thing I don't like. I feel like a lot of the times y'all don't let people live, meaning like haters. You know.
You said the haters?
Yeah, the haters that
But
be
the
hating
haters'
on
job
people.
is to hate. They just
That's
don't get
true.
paid.
You doing your job, get
They
your
just don't
money.
get paid.
But I'm saying you don't know that person life because you read an article.
Because some of these people, their lives are miserable. They're envious. They want to
They
be in
need
that
it.
position. They see someone. I think before we started doing this show, the way we were doing it, Esso was like, how am I going to listen to somebody that didn't have the courage to do what we're doing? People
That's
don't
hard
have
for
their
me.
face on. You putting your face on camera, your thoughts on camera, and no matter how dope you think what you're saying is, 100% ain't gonna agree with you, and that's what you sign up for.
Yeah, but you must didn't see the 50 Cent thing when he said that when you enter into this business, you become public property.
Yeah, that's true.
So you can't worry about the hate.
Product.
The hate, the hate. Like, I don't think I actually get just as much hate as love.
True.
Just as
That
much.
means you do-
The hate
yeah, you-
motivate me to want
right.
to do more. So
Yo,
Yeah.
he
Ready,
know
like, let me do another
somebody
album.
spit some hate on me. This weekend, I went out and rode 23 miles on a
Right,
bike.
it
Cause I'm like,
motivates you. Yeah,
Like it was
it's
immediate.
motivation.
He's like, yo, you seen this hate?
it's just hate.
Hung the phone up and got on the bike
Yeah.
immediately.
I'm gonna go think and I'm gonna just go get better.
Yeah.
Because if I can get my health better, if I look better, if I get my stomach down more, it's not just about the content that I'm making. It's about the vibe. It's about the vibe that I'm putting out there. Big things come from vibes.
Yeah.
When you're feeling good, when I'm riding my bike and I'm going through that park and I'm seeing stuff and I know I'm smoking, I know I'm looking good. Everybody like, damn, nigga, you looking good. Yo, I feel better. I'm floating on air. I do better work on camera. I'm better to my wife. I'm more understanding to my friends. I see and hear things differently. So why wouldn't I want to keep doing that?
Well, how do you keep your spirits up being in Albany? I've been through Albany.
There's a lot of hate in Albany.
There's nothing but drugs and do-rags out
True.
there.
I keep my spirits up by doing what makes me happy and stop worrying about what everybody else think about me. That's one thing you got to do is just do what you want to do. Be yourself regardless if anybody else likes you. And I feel like you're going to be fine.
How difficult is it juggling, working 16 hours, 12 hours, your music, niggas?
Coming right after
Yeah.
work, going to do a show. It's not easy, but when you have love for something, you're going to put everything aside for that. Like, you're going to sacrifice for that. Like,
What
how
are you
sacrifice
sacrificing,
for
though?
your kids? I sacrifice my free time. I don't be outside all the time. I go straight from work to shows, work to shows, work to shows. So it's a lot. And sometimes I do take a break and
How do you release your stress? What do you do?
take some time out to myself, have a break, maybe go on vacation, meditate here and there.
You gotta go on vacation. You in
Yeah,
Albany.
I like
Yeah.
vacation.
It's nothing up
shit out
there.
of
There's nothing to do up there. It
You got-
really
Wait,
ain't.
where you be going?
Shoot, to water. Ain't shit to do.
Nah, I know, but like,
Like, what do you?
If
like,
you wanna have fun,
exploring.
what you do?
Usually I would go. I
For
went
like a
to
wing house?
Florida.
Oh, Florida, yeah.
Like for vacation,
I
I go
love
like to
Florida.
North Carolina, like to go see family, stuff like that.
You don't go to Toronto?
Shoot,
It's
I
right-
would love to. I ain't gonna
It's
lie.
right there.
It is right there.
And you never go to Toronto?
I've never been to Toronto.
Yo. You killing me right now.
Listen,
I was
music
on
is a
your
lot
side.
of money, honey.
No, that you can
I
drive
put
across.
all my all into
you can
my
drive
music.
across the. You can drive across the border.
True.
It's a lot going on in Toronto.
Yeah, you'll enjoy
Can
it.
I even breathe in Toronto?
What you mean?
You talking about because
Isn't
of
there
that smoke?
fire?
You know what
Yeah.
you just did? The same thing you complained
You
about.
assume.
You assume.
Yeah. You
It's
assume
in my town. It's in my town, so I know it's in their town.
it came down here.
It's in
but
my town. Yeah, it was
Toronto's
real smoky in
top
my town.
5, one of the best cities you could
But
probably
I'm not
visit
saying
in
it ain't
Norfolk.
fire. I'm just saying would I be able to breathe down there?
Yes, you can breathe there.
You know?
If you couldn't breathe, Drake would be done. Tory Lanez, well, he's locked up somewhere, but all of Canada would be done.
You can breathe up there. Don't believe the hype.
I still would go.
It's a beautiful city.
Beautiful
Should
city.
I wait a little minute? You know?
And you look in the market and you looking to promote yourself. It's close to you. It's a whole other country. It's a whole other vibe.
I'm not saying I would never go.
They're very receptive to music. It's a lot of platforms that are there that can help to expose you, that can help to promote you. Because what you don't realize is people don't show Toronto and Canada a lot of love.
Don't.
Musically, creatively, or nothing.
And to
they
think
do not
Drake
do that.
came out of there and they still ain't shown. You know what I mean?
But it ain't even just Drake. It's you got people like
Cardinal
Cardinal
Official.
You
Party
got
Next Door, right?
You got
Belly.
Party Next Door. You
Yeah,
got Belly. You got
I know
Nelly.
people from
Weeknd.
there. I
You
would go.
got The Weeknd. You got Nelly Furtado.
Oh, The Weeknd too?
You got Justin Bieber.
yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
I didn't know
Yes.
that.
I'm trying to
Tory
tell you.
Lanez.
Tory
Wow.
Lanez.
Yes.
I don't know.
It's a lot of talent. It's a lot of creativity, and it's a
don't know why I
lot of
never went
vibe
there.
coming out of Toronto. And I always think about the people that are upstate New York. They'll come all the way down
To the city.
Here,
to the
instead of
city
going there.
and struggle, but never go right there, and they're right there next to them. And they're
Yeah.
musically inclined. They got a lot of respect out there. The
That might be a
studios
next
is
trip
dope.
for me. I
The
don't
city
know.
is clean. It's lit.
Think about it. They've pumped out more talent than all of upstate New York combined.
Facts.
That's Syracuse, Buffalo, Albany, Rochester.
And we ain't even got to go to Cardinal Official. We could just stick to what's current right
Yeah.
now with just Tory Lanez and Drake. You know what I'm saying? You can stick right there. You got The Weeknd. You got Party Next Door. Kaylani.
Oh, she
The
from
li-
there?
Yes.
Wow.
That's what I'm telling you. So you
don't know,
missing
these
out.
people look-
Yeah,
like
exactly.
they're
Only a quick drive
You
for
you missing out
I know
on
these people, but I don't know where they from.
you missing out on
Let me guess.
vibes, and it's cheaper.
You've been to Rochester more than you've been to
Never been to Rochester.
Oh,
You
okay.
never, none of them cities?
I go down south a lot.
What are you, like Raleigh? Raleigh,
I don't even
North
know where
Carolina?
that
Where
is.
do
oh,
you
yeah,
go?
North Carolina, Charlotte, Maryland,
You're going to a
Baltimore.
lot of places that
This
don't
is
have
a lot
a
of
music
family.
hub.
Yeah, but this is where I go for
Well,
family.
look where she live at.
Yeah.
It ain't lit up there, so anytime she got a way to get out, oh, family coming down to Maryland, I'm there. It's shit up here.
Yeah.
But do-rags and drugs.
Yeah, yo, bro.
Fuck you talking
I've
about?
never seen so many do-rags in my life in Albany. Like, it's baffling how many you'll see.
But where do you do these shows at?
Yeah,
Because aren't you concerned about getting your vibe outside of where you
town?
know it's not a lot going on there?
I am, but like I said, I'm not worried about outside opinions. So
Okay.
I still gotta finish my work. You can't really do anything if you don't have anything to sell.
Gotcha.
So that makes sense. Before I do anything, I have to have something to sell. You still gotta know how to market before you start to do things.
As a woman, what are some challenges you're facing in this industry?
People feel like they know me before they meet me, of course.
What does that mean?
Assume,
Come on now.
like you said.
No. You. This is a circle. Let's unpack this. What do you mean they feel like they know you?
I wouldn't
You're
say.
talking to grown men here.
I would say like society feels like they know you. Like they'll judge you for the way you look, how big you are, how
course.
light skinned you are, how long your hair is, if you have nails or not, if you're cute clothes or not. That really does not matter who you are at all. As long as you feel all right in here.
But
All that shouldn't matter.
I'm gonna keep it honest. There was a time men wouldn't get judged like that, but in this age of the internet, we're under the same level of scrutiny. The same way a woman can't be big on camera, they're gonna judge a man if his stomach ain't on point, if his muscles ain't on point.
And
So
that's okay.
that's just
If his
especially
sneakers ain't on point. If his haircut
ain't
not right.
This
If he
beard-
got gray
gray,
showing.
yeah.
Hey, it's
It
all,
ain't- yeah.
snipers is out
Out.
here. That's part of the game now.
It's
But
no,
that's the only problem I really have with the music is
but there's a
other
level.
than that, I feel like music is great other than other areas.
But don't you think
I
a
feel
pro-
like I get a lot more accomplishments out of failures. The failures make the accomplishments, I feel like.
But don't you think when a person wants to see someone extraordinary, they want to see someone they don't feel like can be a next door neighbor, but they're still pleasant to be around? You get what I'm saying? So when they're looking, they're like, yo, he really looked like that, or he comes off like that, or they live up to it. So when they're looking, they're like, this person. And we're in the internet era. Everyone can judge now. Everyone can immediately.
That's okay. You can have your own opinion, but I'm just saying that that's the only thing that I feel.
You think
like
the imagery
I
is
don't
the
like.
thing
Yeah.
you're dealing with right now?
Yeah, I haven't really been dealing with much of anything. The stuff that I get is always love. So I
I'm gonna say
appreciate
this:
everything.
once you start cracking even more, that's when you're gonna get some of the hate. If you're getting love right now, you ain't doing as much, and I had to learn that myself. Somebody told me that you're not getting enough. Hey, you ain't doing enough. Because once you reach a certain level of amount of people, then that's when you run into the people. I don't fuck with him. I don't like what he's saying. Whatever, whatever. That's just natural, progression of success, in my opinion.
From what I see, I've been getting hate since I was 13, 12,
Same. Yeah,
12
that's
years
why
old.
I really don't give a fuck.
That means you
So
doing the right thing, huh?
it all depends. Like, I mean, I'm kind of immune to it now.
I mean, singing wise, I always get love because my vocals are good. But I do feel like people do criticize my songs sometimes and tell me, "Oh, this is what I should work on."
What do they pick apart?
They would usually tell me like a better recording place. Like
Who
I should
is
record
telling
some-
you this?
Usually like my friends, family.
Oh,
do-
people
how
that's
do-
close to you. Okay.
How do they
Yeah,
know
that's
you're
how I
not?
know they not lying.
Yeah.
But how do they know you're not?
Because they truthful, okay?
Does the music not sonically sound good for them to say you need
Well,
to?
when I first started, I didn't really know like where I was going, who I was,
Mm-hmm.
what I was doing really yet. I was in school and I knew I just wanted to record.
Got
Then I
you.
started to meet new people. I ended up finding a producer that I really liked,
Mm.
and we started to make music that sound better. But before that, people were like, "Girl, you need to find somewhere else to record. It's not sounding a little Buffy in the background."
When you
And I
write-
respected it, even on TikTok.
When you write your songs, do you write them to a beat or do you write them first to your own melody and then they build the beat around your song?
Both. Sometimes I can just write to a sound that I hear in my head, or sometimes I'll just listen to a beat a few times and then I'll just make a song.
All right, so you can write in advance and you write to the beat. Which one do you like better?
Right.
Because it's simpler, right? Because you can hear the melody.
It's just a vibe. You already know what you're going for, rather than you just making a song in your head. You still got to figure out what type of beat you're trying to put together. It's a little
Do
bit
you
more.
co-write?
I would co-write. I
So you
never
write-
done it before.
So right now,
I
all
wrote
the
all my
songs
songs.
that you're doing, you wrote the whole record yourself. All the lyric melody is all yours.
Alright.
And the producer that you work and the producer that you work with is doing the whole entire beat.
Actually, he didn't. When I first started writing my album, I was picking beats off of YouTube.
Wow, okay. So did you pay those producers off
Yes,
of YouTube?
I paid them before I put it on the album. I wanted to make sure I did everything before I just put it out and didn't have to pay fines and stuff like that.
So y'all started a record label and everything?
Yes,
You got a name
BXD
for it?
Records.
It's called what?
BXD Records.
BXD, what does that stand for?
Something my dad put. I don't even know.
She's with a record label, don't even know what BXD
Well, I'm not signed
means.
to a record label. That's my dad's record label, but
So why wouldn't you not
So
be
you
signed
got
to your father's
dad's
record label?
What you talking about?
Out of all people,
an
why wouldn't you?
independent artist.
Hold on. Hold the fuck up.
This got better at the end, right?
Yo, how you not signed to your father's record label? Explain this.
I want to be my own artist.
Yo,
You still gonna be your own artist. So if you sign to
What's
Universal
the difference
Records,
between being signed and not being signed?
because if your father's putting into you, right?
And he does.
Okay, we would all want to win together.
Yes.
If you're not signed to my label and I'm putting this money into you and we're doing family,
I haven't physically signed anything, but I do.
why are you so defiant about being independent?
I'm not defined about being independent because
Yes.
it's just what I am. I'm just an independent artist. I'm not saying that's what I want to be.
Do you know what that means? An independent artist, that means you're independently spending all your money on your career yourself, right?
I am. I do help.
Okay. If your father's also spending money on you,
other artists.
Hold on.
Well, not other artists.
If your father's spending money on you, you're his artist too.
I guess so.
Although you're his baby, right?
Yeah, it just
so
sound weird,
so
I guess.
let me just bring a business thing to you, right? So say I come tomorrow. Say he comes, Paul. Say he comes tomorrow and says, I want to sign Taji, right? Now,
Probably would get a lawyer or not.
okay, you would get a lawyer. You
Of course.
Smart. Yo,
Smart.
give me 5.
Yep.
You would get a lawyer, but you know what your lawyer's gonna say? what's your situation, right? Your situation is stronger with your father signing you. And you say, we're coming in as a company. Because you know what you get? Now, he's going to get paid and you're going to get paid more because you're a commodity now. When you're by yourself, and you got your father right there that's into music, that's putting money into you, we need to go at this together. You're still gonna be an artist. You're still gonna be who you are. You still have to keep that mindset. Even if you sign to Sony Music, you sign to Def Jam, you always gotta go in and say,
My goal isn't to get signed by.
okay, but I'm still going to, but even if your goal is not to get signed, by the way, you still wanna make all the money that you can. Right? So being that he has that company, y'all should have a publishing company. Not just be with BMI, have your own company, because now you're gonna get 200% of the song instead of 100% of the song. That's just smart business. And then that's how you can help your father eat and say, yo, you start the publishing company at least. I sign to your company and we collect together. We can do the company together. So now, Dad, when I'm putting these songs out, instead of getting one side of it, I'm getting the publishing side too, and we all can eat together.
Dang.
That's a big benefit of having your stuff signed and together with your people moving forward, because everybody knows what they're getting, and then he can start working towards the publishing side and saying, yo, this is where I'm getting the money from, this is worth it for me, and I'm gonna reinvest back into my daughter, because you don't have to be an artist to make a lot of money. You have Sean Garrett's, you have a lot of people, Babyface, who was an artist, but he's made tons of money
As a
writing and
producer,
producing
yeah.
for other people. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
that's more my alley and lane. I just like to write.
Are you a defiant spirit?
Well, define what defiant means to you.
Like
It seems like it, huh?
Yeah,
I'm not gonna get. She
like,
came
you're
in here real
very
smooth with the
real
soft
smooth,
voice.
but towards the end,
Exactly.
you're very disagreeable in certain ways when it comes to your art. I'm not gonna say I don't know you as
That's
a
the
human.
creative shit I talked about. Didn't I just say the creative people act a little funny
Like, 'cause
style with they shit?
Subtly, you snapped at him. He's like, I'm not looking to get signed. I'm like,
I'm an independent
Well, I'm not
artist.
saying like that.
yo,
I'm not
A
signing
lot
to
of
my
people
snapped at
father.
look
us.
to get signed, and that's not my. I'm just putting it out there.
you gotta
because I never
understand,
said that.
as a man, when you have a daughter, that you really want to be protective. So when you're like, I'm not,
He is.
Huh?
He is.
I'm not signing to my dad.
He's here. He's here.
Oh yeah,
And
that's a red flag
that's
to us.
not. No, it's not even like that. I
It's
just
a red
haven't-
flag.
I'm
Yo,
just
to
saying
every
I
man
haven't
in- look,
physically
There's
signed. That
5
doesn't
men in
mean
here.
it hasn't helped.
Raise your hand if that's not a red flag. If you had a daughter and you own a record label and she said, I ain't signing to you. Raise your hand, red flag.
That's a no-go.
Red flag. They all got daughters. Every man in here got a daughter.
He died over there.
I ain't say I
He
was
took a
signed.
shot. I'm not
I said
saying
I
He's in
haven't yet.
recovery. He can't take it neither. I'm
There's
killed.
always time. So
Yo, you are ill one.
I am.
You define. That's
Okay,
probably-
what's your next step for you? So you got your album ready. You ready to put it out, although she don't want to get signed. She got an album. She's doing shows.
Yeah.
She don't want to get signed. Okay? What's the next plan?
Because I see a lot of red flags when people get signed.
Such as?
They usually
Like what?
sometimes don't be act
what
out
you
to
see?
what they thought
What do
it
you
would
see?
be.
That
What you see? Tell me.
lack of control, right?
A lack of control.
I know, defiant.
A
You
lot
want to be.
a lot of substance use. I feel like they use a lot of like drinking and smoking as
You
their
think
main
because you-
thing. I don't know.
There's people
I don't
that
really know what. I just feel like I would have to read the blueprint before I'm just signing.
Ain't no
anything.
blueprint.
ain't no blueprint to this.
You don't
Ain't
know
no
what
blueprint,
you signed.
boo.
What do you go to church every day?
No.
She don't remember. She don't make me feel like
I
a
just
church
overthink.
goer.
Oh, so why?
I can see she don't give me that vibe.
Duh.
So why are you automatically saying that success comes with substance abuse?
Ask
Well,
her
that's
her
not.
age.
I'm not saying that. I just feel like a lot of like popping Xannies and drinking lean is
do with the
normalized, and that's not what I'm trying to. I'm not here to do that,
There's a lot
and
of
I'm not
things.
putting that in my music, and that's not what
Where
I'm
you
promoting.
live at, they popping Xannies. Ain't no rap stars
Okay,
up
but
there.
that ain't me, baby. That ain't
But
me.
I'm saying that ain't got nothing to do with the music. They popping Xannies and doing wild
But
drugs
that
with
ain't
they
got nothing.
do-rags
I'm
on.
just saying I'm not promoting that. I'm here to promote R&B, and
You feel like they're gonna force you to promote that? Because you just said I'm not
you
promoting
never
that.
know what you signing.
So you
You
think the
never know
label
what
would
you're
force?
signing. You could be doing one thing and they'll make you switch to do something else because you don't know what you're signing because you're just trying to get signed. You're trying to look good for everybody else.
You want control
You
of your
don't know what you're
creativity.
signing. I want to have control of my
Do you know
creativity.
somebody?
Define, yeah.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah, I want
Do
to have
you
control
know-
of my own life.
Do you know somebody that occurred with, or are you just basing it upon assumption?
I would say assumption because
There
you
you
never
go.
know.
The
I'm
same
just
thing.
saying, and
The
overthinking as
same
well.
thing that
You got
she-
a lot of people in here that's done with record contracts, been in the business. Everyone in here.
You know, everybody
Ain't nobody-
contradicts
how those
themselves.
ain't never signed no record contract. You don't know what these niggas
I know them
did.
niggas.
This niggas wild, boy.
I know them niggas.
Yo,
You
the,
talking-
assum- yo,
You know
the
what I did?
assumption
Well,
how you
game.
gonna assume? I
the
know
assumption,
them.
The
How you gonna
assumption
tell me?
game.
See, you assume a lot of things
I
about
don't
Albany
assume
people,
shit.
and you don't even know
I've
them.
been to Albany.
You don't know everybody
I
there.
done been to Albany. Me,
don't know
yo,
everybody
listen,
there.
me and Clue been doing shows there for over 20 years, okay? I've been upstate. I know. I've been to Toronto and drove through your
Thing
town
that I
and you
just
never
did.
even been there.
Same thing I did.
Alright?
It's just in a different form.
I've been there. I know what's going on. I'm a traveler. I don't speak about anything that I haven't
Everybody
seen.
can be contradicted sometimes.
I don't talk about anything that I haven't seen or I haven't done. That's why your father brought you here to me. That's why he called me. Because I'm not like the other people that talk about things of what they think and what they want it to be. I talk about the facts of what I've seen, what I know, and what's gonna occur. All right? So that's bottom line. So with the assumption game, if you watch my show, which you don't, evidently, I'm big against assumers. I hate them. They get on my nerves. Because I'll be like, you can't assume something that you don't know nothing about. All right, so that's why I asked you, if you're seeing drugs, you say I'm signing contracts and they're not gonna make you do anything. This is what people have a misconception. They just not gonna invest into you.
Yeah, they're gonna let you
Right?
fall.
So if you do a whack-ass song about positivity and they say, I'm not fucking with that, they're not gonna spend money on that. They're not gonna say, go write a Xanax drug record. They're not gonna tell you that. Oh, I'm gonna put the money behind the Xanax drug record. You go write that. That's not how it goes. You follow what I'm saying? How it goes on how you come in, and you have to know what you need in order to succeed. Now, they will sign you and make you a write-off. And don't tell you that they're never really gonna work your record.
That's why I'm saying I don't want to just sign anything, you know? That's what goes into it. I don't want to just sign anything and then be a sign-off and just be a fuck-off, you know what I'm saying?
But you don't. You get a good lawyer, like you said, and you ask for something called the discretionary fund, which I tell everybody on the show.
I just think before I do, you know? I think a lot before I just go in and do something, you
Which
know?
is
I
understandable.
don't just jump off, you know?
Overthinking occurs too. Just so you know, a lot of people say that they think, and then they don't do what the fuck that they supposed to do. Sometimes getting into it, which is what I do.
You gotta learn from your mistakes.
I set my plan, and I go for it after that. I'm not gonna keep just reinventing the plan and thinking it over and over and over again. I set the plan, and I go at it, and you have to be prepared to make adjustments if something doesn't go your way. And
I'm prepared to fail, even if it does fail. This is just my first project. I got many more to come, so I'm not rushing anything.
I got one more question for you, and I'm good. How do you plan to get your written songs out to other people? And are you even trying to sell your songs to artists?
Actually, that's what I was saying. I don't really know much about the music, how to do that yet.
Okay.
So I'm still learning. I'm only 22, and I'm not really mad at myself. I'm patient with myself, and the next steps I really want to do is try to find shows in different areas other than like New York City. Maybe try to go after what you said. Maybe Toronto. Try to see if I can find a little open mic spot, something, just to start. You know.
Why are you doing those spots? Is it to get yourself more comfortable on stage and more seasoned?
Actually, I've been performing since I was about like 6, so I feel like I'm a good performer. I'm cool, I'm calm on the stage. I feel like I own the stage when I'm on that motherfucker, so, you know. And usually every time I sing for a crowd, it's always great energy, so.
So that's what you like the interaction.
I love to make the smile on people's faces. People cry when I sing. I love to see the
So you don't necessarily want to go into touring and
I
being
would
the next
tour.
whatever.
I would tour.
You would do that?
I would tour.
Yeah, touring's a lot.
Yeah.
It's not.
It is.
Everybody says that they like touring.
So
I tell you, for a nigga who been on a couple tours, I think
tour.
it's trash. I want to be the guy who can fly in and say, Taji, you in Vegas this weekend? I'm flying in for that show.
Yeah.
That's dope. But as far as going to Chattanooga, Tennessee, and Augusta, Georgia, and all the rest of that, nah, I'm done with all them driving from the tip of California to the bottom and living in California for 31 days and all that. It was all
I would
great.
say you don't know what you're going through till you in the situation.
It was all great until you don't eat correctly.
Yeah.
You
It
wake
is.
up
It
and
sound
you
different.
thinking you're gonna eat, and you got this tremendous
Where
plan.
you cooking at? Where you cooking at? Nowhere. We got a toaster, baby?
No.
Shit on the bus, so you gotta think. When somebody gotta take a shit, everybody gotta take a shit.
Taking shit on the bus. Yes.
Yeah.
Y'all
See?
waiting.
People don't think about that.
5 minutes.
And then when it gets really thug, like if you don't have the big budget, then niggas gotta be like, all right, who's taking turn to dump the shit today?
Yep.
That's real shit.
Yeah.
And niggas arguing.
Then you get a hotel, everybody gotta take their shower.
Somebody's missing. Somebody's room ain't right. Yo, it's terrible. We checked into some place. It's fucking infested with bullshit because you not top notch when you first going on your first tour. You at the Days Inn, the Motel 6, and all this other wild shit that you would never ever stay in. They give you $35 a day to eat. It's only McDonald's shit that's gonna fuck your stomach up. It's trash. I swear to God, you gotta starve for a day to actually say, oh, I got $70 and I'm gonna go get me a good meal now. Come on,
Yeah,
son.
it's gonna be a process.
That tour is
ready for that?
trash.
That's what you want?
I wouldn't say I'm ready for that.
Oh, okay.
I like to eat.
She said, oh shit, I ain't know that
I
shit
wouldn't
was
say
like
I'm ready
that.
for
Let
that, but
me
that's
bring
something
it
I gotta
back.
prepare for. So.
If somebody smoke,
Oh.
make sure everybody's supposed to because
Fitness is important.
Yeah.
Yo, fitness,
You
yo,
gotta be
niggas
it.
think that they think it's serious. Like, real talk, I work out so much now because of my workload, and I'm older now. So if I don't work out a lot, I swear to God, my energy goes like this, because I smoke 5 times a day. So if I don't put my miles in on that bike, or if I don't go to the gym and sit inside that sauna, my whole day is like, I feel like my
Lethargic,
insides is
yeah.
fucked up. I got toxins in me. Like, it's totally different for me. But when I'm up and moving, I call them, I say, I did 23 miles on the bike, nigga, and I feel better. I'm ready to run around the block. But then at 10:30, when I'm normally staying up till 2 in the morning, to 30, I'm tired.
No.
I'm tired.
You're in that bed.
I'm not gonna lie. So it got its pros and cons.
Question: if Gordon Ramsay comes up to you, top chef, and that's your path, and dead the music, TV, all of that, would you take that route?
I don't know.
This nigga right here, boy.
I don't know
This
because
nigga
I
right here.
genuinely hate cooking. Like I can cook, but I genuinely just don't like.
I cook
I
too,
don't
but
like it.
I enjoy cooking, but it's a process
For me, I like to cook for my family.
Yeah,
you
me
know,
too.
I
don't know about mass cooking.
That's how I show my love. That's my love language.
Here's an idea for you. Create a restaurant. Have a stage where you can perform
Now,
and have the
I will
food come
definitely write a recipe book. Definitely.
out.
I got one coming out.
Oh, I would definitely buy it because I love recipes.
I'm doing a photo shoot at the end of the month for it.
Wow, that's
27.
crazy.
Yeah, I'm dropping a cookbook.
Crazy.
This nigga laughing. I'm dead ass.
What you gonna be wearing
I'm
a hat?
dropping a cookbook. I'm
gonna be
doing
wearing
a
a
photo
chef
shoot
hat?
August 27th.
Nobody believes you cook.
first off, man.
Yeah, I'm dropping the cookbook. You know, I'm doing a photo shoot at the end of the month.
You don't look like a nigga that
I've
cook.
been supposed to drop the cookbook last year. That's the gag.
Nah, it was longer than that.
It was last year. It was on the heels of when we were.
2021?
Nah, it was 2022. It was last year. It was last year. Yeah.
Like,
it's been done. It's been done. I just
Like, he
ain't
can
had it.
actually
Just
cook.
publishing it now.
Like, he can actually cook.
I just cook for him and my pops and the caregiver and everybody when
Which
I
one,
want to
soul
take care of my
food
mother.
maker?
All of it.
Nah, I
What
do
you
everything.
do?
I do
Everything?
I fry. I fucking stir fry, saute. I bake. Like, I do
I bake
everything.
too.
I cook on the grill. The grill's what everybody loves because they can get whatever they want, right? You know what I'm saying? But I make my mom's dishes, shrimp linguine, my special spaghetti. I make all types.
Chinese fried.
The Chinese chicken.
Okay.
I make all types of vegetables. We got a garden, so I take it right out the garden and plate it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's dope.
I'm nice, nigga. I'm nice.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I fuck with it.
But yo, tell the people how they could find you and everything, cause you going back home today.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't want to go back home.
I know.
We know.
home
we know.
We hate home for you.
We've been to your home. Well, not your literal home, but
That
nigga.
I say home.
Oh.
Taji the Loner on Instagram and Facebook. Again, Taji the Loner.
The loner.
Yeah, because I'm a
You-
lone wolf. I don't
I
really
know
fuck
you're
with
defiant.
everybody. Yeah.
You don't want to be under
I
anybody's
don't be in the
control.
mix. I be in.
How you gonna get married?
That ain't my main focus.
I'm about to say, how you know she want to get married? I ain't want to answer for her.
That ain't my
She said that ain't her main focus. That
She's
doesn't
22 years old,
Yeah.
bro.
So you want to get married around 35 then, right?
Who knows where I'll be at 35?
There you go, Taji.
You know,
Smart,
I don't want to
Taji.
just settle with anybody. You know.
All right, well, when you make that money off that publishing and you do the publishing situation and y'all get 200% instead of 100, I charge 20%.
Bang, bang.
Nigga better have my money. BagFuel, we out.
Y'all funny.